Alright, Shalom. I'm the brother Tazayat coming back with another video. But before I start off, I would like to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akiam across this world who are spreading this knowledge and truth and sincerity. And Shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters out there who are also listening. May the election be upon your households. God Shalom. So today I want to make a video that is good to have your own place, okay? Your own spot, your own crib, your own place, your own house, okay? And you might have the best of the best food and drinks, and you can get clothing, you can borrow clothing and what else, but you are living in somebody else's house. It's better for you to have like a small house that is for yourself than to have all the things that you want, but it's not yours. You're borrowing it, so to say. Now, to a certain extent, of course, in this place, you are not owning anything, but I think y'all know what I mean when I say to have your own place. Okay? Now, every situation is is different. Like some brothers might have their own house and might be with their family in another house. Some brothers might just live together with their woman and child or children. Okay, some brothers have no woman or children, but just have their own place. So some brother, might not have their own place and lives with their woman. So everybody has like a different situation, but it's good to try to have your own spot, because nobody is gonna be able, at least no woman is gonna be able to kick you out of the house when something is wrong, okay? Or when she feels like it and just take away your things. That is one of the reasons why it's good to have your own place. But of course, everybody is in a different situation, so you should be looking at what is, good for your situation. Okay, if it's best for you to live together because of financial things or what else, just think about it. Pray for the right decision. Talk to brothers, maybe see if the decision is right or wrong, and make a decision. Okay, so that's why you have the brotherhood. That's why you can pray, to help you also in making decisions like this. So anyway, let's read a few scriptures considering this subject. Okay, so this is the book of Ecclesiasticus 29, verse 21. The chief thing for life. So the chief thing, the important things, okay, the most important things, the chief thing for life is water and bread. So you need to have drink and food, of course. Otherwise, how's your body gonna be able to survive without no food and no water? And clothing, of course, you need clothing to cover yourself and to protect your body from the elements, from the cold, from the hot, from the rain, And of course, you're not gonna be walking outside naked. And then house to cover shame. You see, so that's a part of the chief thing for life, and house to cover shame. Now, like I said, it's good to have your own place, but you might be living still with your parents, or who knows, maybe you might be living with your brother or sister, who knows what your situation is, But first of all, it's important to have at least a roof over your head to begin with. Okay, you shouldn't be sleeping or living outside or things like that, The house should protect us from the elements also, from wind, from the rain, from the cold, from the hot, from crazy people, from animals. You're protected in that house, man. Okay, that's why it's important to have a house. Okay, but to live in a house. All right, even though it might not fully be yours. To begin with, you need a house, a roof over your head. This is what I was explaining earlier. Okay, listen to this. Verse 22. Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage. So the life of somebody that doesn't really have a lot, he might not really be balling or having a lot of money financially, but he has like a mean cottage. He has like a small little home for himself. Okay, then delicate fare in another man's house. Okay, so that's better than that you have delicacies and everything that is nice and this, that, and the third. You might have nice chain, nice jewelry, nice telephone, nice car that you can drive in, but it's not yours. You have a big ass living room. You can watch movie in the cinema. That is in the house maybe itself. Who knows, man? The house might have a swimming pool. Who knows, man? But you borrowing their clothing. Who knows? But it's all not yours. So still, it's better for that poor man when he has his own spot. You see, like you might be happy in the way that you are living, but telling you it's not really a manly thing or a thing at all to do, to just be borrowing and borrowing everything from somebody else, man. Like you ain't doing shit. You ain't going nowhere in your life. You ain't taking action. You're just here taking advantage or making use of another man's wealth. Whether it might not be with the evil mind, but it's still that you yourself are not doing any productive. So you're just like a person that sits on his mama's couch the whole day watching movies and playing video games, eating chips, and sticking to the couch because of all the sweat that he has, laying down in his own fart the whole time, but not doing anything. That's the type of person you actually come over as when you are not doing shit to better your situation, man. Okay. Anyway, it says, "Be it little or much, hold thee contented, that thou hear not the reproach of thy house. For it is a miserable life to go from house to house." That's miserable. I had that. I had to go from place to place because I didn't have my house for a while. I had to sleep here at my mother's place. I had to sleep with my auntie. I had to sleep there. It was horrible, man. Okay, but yeah, if you don't have a house, that's what you gotta do, to survive, to have a roof over your head. You're not gonna sleep outside, right? And of course, I got what I needed. I had my clothing. I had food prepared for me almost like every night. My clothing was being washed. These things were happening, but still, it was like delicate fare in another person's house. This case, it was my mother and my aunties. So yeah, I had to be like that for a few months until I got my own place, if I'm correct. But still, even though I got taken care of, which I'm of course, how do you say that? In Dutch, I would say dankbaar, grateful. Yes, of course, I'm grateful for that. But it doesn't mean that I am how do you say that? Longing or just gonna stay or keep myself in that situation. Of course, you pray for the Most High to give you a house. You pray that the Most High gives you the patience or the strength to go to certain things. But you're not trying to stay on the same level, if you get what I mean, So yeah, everything, it might be a phase that you're going through. It might be years in its truth. And all of a sudden, you are not living in your own house anymore. Now you also have to go from house to house. Who knows, man? The Most High might be testing you. Okay, for everything there's a reason, and certain things happen when you don't expect it. So yeah, it is what it is, man. The Most High, brings you up and can bring you down, and then He can bring you up again. It's just the way things go, man. It says, "For where thou art a stranger, thou darest not open thy mouth." So if you are not in your own place, you are not really, gonna be talking about things in the house maybe, or this, that, and the third. You might be just keeping your mouth shut and be like, hey, this ain't my house. So what can I say, man? This is not, something for me to how is it to talk about, because who am I? Not even having my own spot. It might be in that mindset, It says, thou shalt entertain and feast, and have no thanks. Moreover, thou shalt hear bitter words. Come, thou stranger, and furnish a table, and feed me of that thou hast ready. Give place, thou stranger, to an honorable man. My brother cometh to be lodged, and I have need of mine house. Okay, these things are grievous to a man of understanding. So a man of understanding is a man that is in this truth, worshiping Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in truth and sincerity. Okay, if you are in this truth, that's grievous, man, to be in a life like that, man. Or in a situation like this, where you have to go to somebody else for everything that you need. Okay, the upbraiding of house room and reproaching of the lender. So basically that was it. I just wanted to speak a bit on this. Like I said, everybody's in a different situation, but kind of, you go to similar things as brother in this truth. So that's why it's good to talk with certain brothers with certain situations. In this case, maybe with your housing, for example, maybe they can help you find a spot or advise you which website you need to go to, or who knows, man. Okay. Anyway, with that, hope it's edifying. I want to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Kodash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akiyama across this world, who aspire in this knowledge and truth and sincerity. And shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters out there who are also listening, and may the election be upon your households. Khan shalom.